Hi, and welcome to the Quilting Life podcast. I'm Chelsi of Chelsi Stratton Designs.
And I'm Sherri McConnell from A Quilting Life.
And today is podcast episode number 134. It is March 10th. We are very, very excited to be here for obvious reasons. But first, we are going to hear about our sponsor, Cozy Earth from Billy.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Cozy Earth today because they have a lot of other things to talk about. But I'm going to mention we are coming, at least where we're at, into the spring season. And if you've heard me mention them before, I just want to talk about today one of the products that I use from Cozy Earth a lot, which is the jogger pants. And I use those pretty much throughout the entire winter season. I do a lot of work from home, obviously, with editing and everything. They're comfortable, sort of lounge around. Comfort is key. Also, but they also still do the job if I need to go out and, go to the store.
They're nice looking.
Things like that, right? You guys see me wearing them all the time. So anyway, they are also very comfortable, as are many of their other products, their pajamas and other clothing items as well. And then also we always want to mention the sheets because those go really good with my mom and sister's quilts. And they're temperature regulating. They're made from viscose from bamboo, and they have a 100-night sleep trial to basically you can use them. If you're not satisfied with them, you can send them back and get full refund. They also have a 10-year warranty if anything happens to them in those 10 years. So those are some key things to note from Cozy Earth products that we want to point out. And we have a link in the description that you can get a 40% discount for anything you order on their website, or you could use the code A Quilting Life also for that same discount. So with that, I'm going to turn it back now to my mom, and she's going to tell us first about 2 brand new quilts that she has displayed there, and then obviously we'll get more into the fabric that they're made with.
Super excited. On the wall today, I have Block Party. And I love Block Party. It actually finishes at 63 by 76.5 inches. I used 2 matching honey buns for the blocks and also a layer cake and then border background. You could also, it would be a wonderful, wonderful scrap quilt. You could mix and match honey buns and layer cakes too. And you could also, use fat quarters and cut your own strips from that. This was actually the first pattern I designed with this collection, and you'll hear more about this collection and kind of the inspiration for it, but it was actually inspired by the Happy-Go-Lucky pattern that I wrote with Simply Delightful with that collection. So I wanted to do another mix of blocks. We have Ohio stars, churn dashes, sawtooth stars, and 9 patches here, and just do something fun. So this is also a great orphan block quilt, a way to set your orphan blocks if you have smaller ones. And we will be filming a video just about this quilt where I'll talk more about it. But then on the table, and I pieced it and Marion quilted it. And on the table is Sunnyside. It is 79 by 79. It uses a fat 1/8 bundle with at least 36 pieces. And it is a tribute to my love of churn dash quilts. I had another pattern a few years ago called Lattice, where I had 1 large churn dash and 4 small. The blocks were different sizes than these. But then I just thought, wow, let's take it a step further. Let's do churn dash in a churn dash for all of that and change the block size. Anyway, I love how this turned out. Nancy Lane pieced it and Marion Bott did the quilting.
And then you want to real quickly talk about, we have a new quilt behind me today.
Oh,
as
yes.
Well.
I had to take down Flowers for Emma because I needed it for a class I was teaching, and I couldn't leave the wall bare. I was worried about
it's too scary.
Yes, I knew we would be filming, and so just this at the same time I was taking that quilt down, I put up Tulip and Vine, and this is in our Laguna Sunrise collection with a little bit of strawberry lemonade thrown in for the greens.
Awesome. Okay, so with that, I don't know what you want to jump into first. Is there the mode a minute segment, and then you can talk about the kits?
Let's do mode a minute. Lisa mentioned that they're focusing on cake mixes at QuiltCon. And so I had a few cake mixes. And if you don't know what they are these pads of paper. They are numbered. So this one, for example, is number 1. And they contain, oh, I guess I need to open that. It's like a notepad with printed papers that you can use with layer cakes to make certain quilt blocks. And each cake mix has different options that you can use. Cake mix 3 is the one that I've used the most because it's just half square triangles. And so
awesome.
It's amazing because you can make all these half square triangles
from a layer cake
a layer cake square. Yes. So anyway, check these out if you don't know about them. They're perfectly sized to just go right on top of your layer cakes, and the possibilities are endless. They would be great for scraps even.
Yeah.
You cut them into 10-inch squares. And so yeah, that's our Moda Minute for today. And just on the table real quickly, I just want to let you know the boxed kits are now available for our Raspberry Summer for the Dresdens. This kit makes the wall hanging and the pillow top. So
they both come in there.
Yeah, they're both.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a great price point because they're smaller projects.
Yeah.
So we'll have a link to these too.
I love that.
Okay, I do have a couple listener quilts to share today before we get into the new fabric collection that my mom and sister will share with us. The first one here is a Chelsi's Magnolia pattern.
So popular lately.
Here's another one, yes. And it was sent to my mom. My mom forwarded it to me. I'll go ahead and read it here. It said, I had to share this quilt that I made using Chelsi's Magnolia pattern. It was for a lady's great-granddaughter who just graduated from a toddler bed to a twin bed and loves woodland animals. I used a pale butter yellow Shannon Minky for the backing. It was a hit. Love all that you do and never miss a podcast. I miss going to Houston Market this year, but look forward to seeing you all next year again. And this is from Melissa. Sweet Stitches by Melissa was also there on her signature there.
Yeah,
so,
we've talked to her at Quilt Market.
And so inside of each of the blocks, that's where she has those little woodland creatures on each of those blocks. So
I love it.
That will be up there. And then
so creative.
Yeah. And then the next one is actually some 2023 block of the month pictures that were sent in. She says, as I was downloading your 2025 block of the month, I realized I didn't send you pictures of the 2023 block of the month quilts I made for my 2 daughters as Christmas gifts for last year. They loved them. One was made with the Favorite Things line of fabric, and the other with the same line of fabric that I made her tree skirt from the year before. I enjoy your patterns, and especially that you furnish them in 2-size blocks. And of course, love all your fabric lines, wishing I could purchase them all. She said, I've saved yardage of the navy and white dot circles from Strawberry Lemonade to use as background for a special quilt. One of those fabrics is hard to cut into because then I won't have it any longer. So, but that is from Debbie. And yeah, they look really great. The one with obviously your Christmas line.
Right.
It's very Christmassy and really great job with both of those.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. And go ahead.
Oh, I just thought we should say something about QuiltCon. It's obviously over now.
Oh, yeah.
But when we're taping this, it's not over this.
It's still going.
When we're taping this, actually, I'm seeing on Instagram people driving there, showing their progress, going from either the East Coast to Phoenix or Utah, wherever they're from. And I've never been to QuiltCon, but I would really like to. I keep saying the next time it's on the West Coast, I'm going to go. And yesterday I was watching Caitlin of Knot and Thread and Holly LeSuey. They had a big truck and then they had to switch it to a smaller truck because it was too hard to drive.
Yeah.
And then they ended up making it safely to Phoenix, and they're both vending. And I thought that would be really fun to vend there sometime.
Like it really would.
You and me.
We both did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, but
Anyway,
but it looks like to be a fabulous event, and it is open to the public. So
yeah.
you can see the quilt show, the modern quilts, and then the vendors.
So yeah, I mean that by the time this airs, though, it will be almost
it'll
a
be
month.
over.
All over.
Yeah.
So next year, if anyone's
next year.
So I haven't
maybe
heard
you guys
yet,
too. Yeah.
but next year they typically go somewhere in the southeast and then the southwest. They typically alternate. So next,
That's so nice, though.
Yeah, to do that.
Yeah.
So, and it's always this time of year, end of February.
So you guys can jump into, we have already released a video. It came out the last day of February where we showed an up close look at the fabric and everything. But today is where you guys are going to talk about more the inspiration behind it and sort of what led to bringing this all together.
I need to compliment Mom's quilts first before we start. I was dying while she was talking about them. I love both of these quilts so much. I think they really, really show how well all of the colors in the collection just go together really well. And then Mom does a great job, obviously, of implementing the low volume. So these are two really, really good examples that this collection really meshes and goes together so well.
Thank you.
But I'm just going to start really quick. This is Delightfully Yours, just like you saw in the video. And Mom kind of gave a little hint the past couple podcasts. It is a sister collection to Simply Delightful, our basics collection. But instead of doing basics, we went basics with so many florals and tiny, tiny prints. And
I got to interrupt real quick because do you remember the last episode we said leave comments, which we're filming. We're really getting ahead of ourselves here because it's going to help us out down the road here. But yeah, I will be for the next episode. I'll be posting like how many people got it right. Remember, we asked them to comment. Which
and you were
one
do,
they think it's so the correct answer is Simply Delightful.
Simply Delightful.
That's it's the sister collection to that.
And Delightfully Yours are the two, you guys.
Okay,
but
there you go.
Basically, that's what I wanted to start out with. Is we have so many tiny florals, and these churn dashes on the table, like the ones inside of the smaller blocks, are tiny, and I can see every detail of the prints, which is amazing. But yeah, so that's kind of like where the inspiration started and the color palette came from. And we are loving it.
Yeah. And it was so interesting because I think I said the last podcast too, when we got the strike-offs, I wasn't really feeling like it was the sister collection we'd started out with. But then when I started sewing with it, I was like, yes, this is a sister collection to that, with the addition of florals, which we felt like we kind of missed before. And in fact, some of the prints, the little flowers, this is a print that was in Simply Delightful, but Chelsi just like sized it down. It's so cute. I just love it. And we have the stripes again, and then the houndstooth. Oh my goodness. They, there's some gray right there. Orange. Red, and also navy. The houndstooth is so good, and it's the perfect size. I love it so much. So we have quite a few different colors, as you can see too. The navy, and what do you call
10 colors?
Yeah.
So this is it's Bella Poolside.
Okay.
And that was originally in Simply Delightful. The only thing that we added different in the blues is we did a true aqua as well. So the poolside kind of gives that has a green undertone, and so the aqua went really, really well with this. And we really did want to go for all of those rainbow colors. It's so perfect for your stash too.
Yes.
You can pull any print, any color, and I guarantee you it will go with many, many collections that aren't ours either, which is another huge plus. Of course, in Sherri and Chelsi fashion, we did so many low volumes, which is a favorite of ours.
These are terrific ones too, because they don't overwhelm the blocks.
No, not at all.
Not at all. I love it when the low volumes just don't take over.
Too busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this has been really fun. And in fact, now that I've finished all my quilts, I'm starting to mix this now with Raspberry Summer, Strawberry Lemonade, Laguna Center, and it goes beautifully.
Yeah.
They mix beautifully.
Because I think over the years we have built a nice palette that you can mix and match. I also just want to say too that I want to second what Mom said. When we originally got the strike-offs, I think we were both kind of, oh, no, I don't. We didn't like see it fully yet.
Yeah.
And that's also, the strike-offs aren't the final product.
Right.
At all. They are totally, they go back to the mill and then, they come just like the nicer feeling material. And the mill just does such a wonderful job on the strike-offs too, but it was just like taking me a little bit longer to see if the vision was like going to come into fruition. And it did. I think it's so pretty. 3 of my quilts are done. They're not quilted yet, but Tammy actually messaged me. Tammy and Dawn are sewing for me right now, and they're so wonderful. And Tammy said, I love sewing with your fabric. She said, I love it. She said it twice, and I'm like, I love Tammy so much. So that was very, very nice of her to say that. She's so kind, and she said she really, really enjoyed sewing with it.
I love that. And Nancy, too, I have to say, when she got the fabric to make this, she texted me and she said, this is my favorite collection of yours.
Nancy!
And so I was like, thank you. It's always good to get those reactions from people who see it before we release it, so that we have a little bit of confidence building. It's scary to put something out in the world. So.
Yeah. And we really wanted to do this for a while. Simply Delightful was a challenge because it was only basics.
Right. No florals.
No
other
true
than the
florals, like traditional florals.
Right.
No tossed florals, random, and that was a huge challenge designing quilts for that collection, and we were so happy with it. And I think it was the challenge of, let's do it again, but let's do it with florals.
Yes.
And
do you have a favorite print from this collection?
I'm gonna choose a favorite basic.
Okay.
And so my favorite basic from the collection is the houndstooth.
Yeah, mine too.
Because I've been wanting to do that for years.
Yes.
This is the first time you've ever put it in a collection?
Yes, ever. And sometimes when we're thinking of basics in the design process, obviously we have our spring dots that have been huge. We didn't include the spring dots, but the stripe we were ready to go back to, so that was a no-brainer. We added a pinwheel, but I have been wanting to do houndstooth for years, and I'm glad we did it.
I don't know, a month or 2 ago, we were talking about collections for men. And we couldn't say anything. But houndstooth is a masculine print. And we've got it in the navy, the red, the orange. Yeah. Is that it? Navy, red, orange. I can't remember. I'm trying to look and make sure. I guess just those 3. The aqua too. It's in the aqua. So it's not in the gray.
It's not in the gray.
Oh, yes, it is in the gray too.
Yeah, it is in the gray.
So we've got a lot of options with the houndstooth great for masculine quilts. So
I can't choose.
But I think my favorite print is the large floral.
Yours is
white.
The large?
That's right on the top of the bundle. Yeah. I think that's my favorite floral.
I was going to choose this little tiny floral.
The tiny ones are so good too.
So this print right here, man, I'll show close-ups. In the fabric video has it. It already has this.
And I'll do my best to pop up pictures as you're talking about these.
It's this one.
Yes, and that one's pretty too.
The reason why is my husband's grandpa, who's passed away, and I still have to finish this project because this is important to him, but he had an antique quilt passed down through his family, his mother's side, and there was a print similar to this one that inspired this print. And so when I was drawing, I really, really wanted to kind of like get that vibe.
Right.
And it was the very first print I designed in the collection. So I started with that floral.
I remember that.
And everything built around it. And it's very, very cool. He wanted each of his granddaughters and great granddaughters to have a block from this. And because there were extra blocks, he wanted them framed and I need to hand stitch. I'm going to show pictures of that when I get it done. That should be a goal of mine this year, to get that done and handed to.
Yeah, you can even film a little video showing what you're starting with.
Yeah. I need to find the perfect background color though.
Yeah.
To go with those blocks.
Right.
You know which ones I'm talking about.
Yes,
You looked at it.
I looked at it.
Yeah, that's kind of what started. And then, but we knew we wanted to go back to the Simply Delightful. But it's very bright, very happy. The ratio of basics to florals matters to me so much. And it's the perfect balance and ratio. I love that we have the navy. We've kind of been transitioning back into that from Raspberry Summer. We brought the navy back. Now we're keeping it. And it was kind of like a shock going from Strawberry Lemonade and Raspberry Summer to this, but a nice shock, because you want to be, I just feel like for me, when we're designing new things, I need it to feel fresh. Like, for example, Laguna Sunrise was such a different direction.
Right.
And then, we had the Strawberry Lemonade and Raspberry Summer, but I just love what we've done with this. And we're really excited to hear what all of you think and if you're loving it and what you think of all the patterns and all of those things.
Yeah. I love the gray is a little bit softer than the Laguna Sunrise.
Yes,
gray.
It is actually. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Because when you look at it, you're like, oh, this is softer.
It's a little bit softer.
Yeah.
What year did Simply Delightful, when was that released?
Oh my goodness.
I am trying to think.
I could look it up,
because
I guess,
it was
on
right around
the channel. I'll let you know in just a sec here.
Yeah, Billy's going to Google it. I would check on my phone, but he's got it.
We released the video it says 2 years ago, but let me
This
get
was
the
a
exact
while
date.
ago.
It was July 18th, 2022. So in July of 2022 is when you shared it.
Timing.
Okay.
So probably came out like the end of that year, the end of 2022?
Yeah, I probably got into stores the next January-ish. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so maybe even like early 2023.
In stores. But yeah, we would have been sharing it summer of 2022.
And so when will this be, when is the projected ship time for this?
So
August, September?
Is I believe it's a September delivery.
Yeah.
So we haven't even mentioned yet. We should mention.
Can we mention that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The tin.
Yes.
So we have a designer tin, and in this tin, Mom designed a pattern, and we have some notions in there and fabrics to make that pattern. Right.
Really exciting things in that tin.
Yeah.
And Chelsi designed, I took over the quilt.
She did so good.
And then she took over, because I don't know if we can really say what the notions are.
Yeah, we're not going to say what they are, but
Right.
we did so many mock-ups, and Moda has been so great working with,
Yes.
they are just wonderful. Yeah, we won't share what they are. We will say there's a pattern in there.
Yes.
But it is a tin and exclusive to Moda.
Right.
And
they started it in the last catalog.
Camille Ross Kelly.
Camille Ross
had
Kelly
one.
and Betsy Chutchin both had tins.
Yes, yeah.
And so if you
they're so cute.
saw that, you'll know kind of what this is. And it's a Sherri and Chelsi. And it's super cute. And the graphics that Chelsi did for some of the other
thank you.
notions are so awesome.
Thank you.
So, but you will need to ask your quilt shop to order that because, yes.
There's also a possibility that there could be other notions that this isn't guaranteed, but that are not in the tin that might be available through Moda. We don't know yet, but we did talk to them, and there could be other things that could be for sale just with Moda.
Yes.
That will be very fun. Oh my goodness. We have so...
Yeah, we needed to mention that.
I was like, wait a minute. What?
And also the 108-inch backings, or 108-inch, is that the...
We also, this is so funny. We are not prepared at all today. We're so prepared. We have 308-inch wide backs.
And they're the large floral in three different colors.
Not the large floral. Isn't it this one? Or am I wrong?
No, that's the one we submitted, and they didn't do that one.
No way.
Yeah.
I love the large floral for this.
So it is the large floral, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, amazing.
I'm pretty sure it's in white, red, and navy.
But we haven't gotten them yet. Those take longer from the mill.
Yes.
It's all about the process they do. Mom talked about this with wide backs in a previous podcast episode.
Yes.
And so it's a different process to make those wide backs.
Right.
So we actually haven't gotten ours yet, and I'm very, very excited to get them.
When we get them, we will share.
Yeah. Sometimes I get to these videos and I don't even know what else to share. I will say this. How many quilt patterns do you have again?
5, and you have 5?
And I have 5. And her patterns are already done. Mine are on order. And so hers are going to be available.
By the time you watch this video, they'll all be available.
They'll all be available.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So they're available.
Yes.
Mine are available.
we're getting ahead of our filming.
I keep forgetting that we're filming ahead.
Yes.
And it's not even March yet.
Yes.
That's why I'm so confused today.
Yes. So all of the patterns are available now in our shops. And, maybe we usually do a discount, and maybe we should keep that open through today.
Yeah. Do you want to do it?
Yeah. Keep it open through March 10th.
I don't know what the discount is yet.
So
whatever Mom's doing.
Whatever we do will be available through today.
Mom is so great. I'll call her like the night before I need to do something. And she'll be like, yes, Chelsea, this is what we're doing. This is what I said. This is the discount. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm just over here living life. And you guys are so nice to me.
We'll extend it through today. So, because we'll share, the fabric video is already released by the time this podcast releases.
Can I actually say something really quick?
Yeah.
The comments on my part 2 box video were so kind of all of you. Everyone is so nice. You're all my favorite people. I've been terrified. That has been the scary box for years. Okay. I know everyone has a scary box.
I'm so glad you filmed that.
I know. It's because of Billy.
Billy is too.
Billy kept hyping me up.
Mom kept reminding me to remind you. So
you guys,
I'll give the credit back to Mom.
They know how I am. Thank you, Mom. They know how I am. But no, we're really excited for this collection. We can't wait to share all of the videos of all of the quilts, and we're just very excited.
Yes, stay tuned for those. Let's see, probably none of the quilt videos have been released yet when you're seeing this. So watch for those coming soon.
Yeah. I was going to let you guys know. So it does say in the description of Simply Delightful that it did, it says collection should be shipping to stores in early 2023. Oh. So it's essentially like a 2.5 year gap between the Simply Delightful collection and now this one.
Yes.
So how much, are you guys going to be doing any collaboration? Do you have enough in stock of your Simply Delightful that you're going to use it for?
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
I have a little bit, but not a ton.
I have a little bit.
I probably have some pre-cuts.
Yeah, I have pre-cuts.
Yeah.
Definitely layer cake and jelly roll.
Yes, I saved those.
And probably a honey bun left, but I made a lot of quilts in that collection. Yeah. Big quilts.
We'll have to do something like that show, because I know people they still have those fabrics in their stash. And so we
still have them in my stash. It's just not big, yardage amounts. Yeah.
So scraps and stuff.
Yeah, but it would be kind of fun to do something like a pillow or.
And mix and match those.
Yeah. Because it seemed because Strawberry Lemonade and Raspberry Summer were closer together.
Right.
They've been in between these two collections, right? And so you were able to sort of mash those up, I think, more recently.
Maybe I have a charm pack of each I can mash up and do something fun.
Yeah, you should do a video with that.
I was just thinking that because I'm like, that's actually a little bit of a gap between these two,
right?
What you're calling sister collections and everything.
Yes, yeah.
And then so you each have 5 quilts, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And then any projects or anything like that?
The one in the tin is separate.
That's separate. Okay.
Yeah.
Any projects on with this collection like you sort of did on previous ones?
I'll have a lot of those now that I'm done sewing the quilts.
Okay. Those will come out later on.
Yeah.
We will have project packages, but I don't know if those have already sold out.
Oh, you mean for Raspberry Summer?
Oh, for Raspberry Summer. But
yeah, check Chelsea's shop if there's any left.
I will say if anyone was looking for Raspberry Summer project packages, I do have some left.
So yeah.
But of course we will be doing them with this collection later in September when it ships.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yes.
Okay. So September ship date.
Ship date.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing before we end the episode, though. I should have said this at the beginning, but just a thank you to everyone who took my classes in Cedar City the week of Valentine's Day. I was up there for a couple days, and it's just really, if you're anywhere out west, this is a phenomenal retreat. You don't have to live in Cedar City to attend. It's the Cedar Chest Quilters Guild retreat, and they have a great website, and you can sign up for the retreat starting in August, and they have wonderful teachers, great classes. It's very well organized. You have to get your own place to stay and your own meals, but they just have classes from Wednesday afternoon all the way through Saturday, and it's just phenomenal. I just want to thank the women who took my classes, and some of them were repeat. They came back from the year before. That's awesome. So I didn't scare them away, and just really want to say thank you to the women who organized that event. It's just a fabulous event. And Centro Pizza in Cedar City has amazing pizzas and salads.
So, you heard it here.
Yes.
So thank you for being here with us today with all the excitement in our new collection, Delightfully Yours. Our next podcast episode is Monday, March 24th, and we will see you there.
Thanks so much for stopping by.